Chapter 7. The Unseen Song. Over the next few days, Mina watched the views on Parallel Line grow steadily. A small following was now finding her channel. The comments were thoughtful, often sharing their own feelings of longing or curiosity about their pasts. But what was truly astonishing was the utter lack of trolling. Not a single negative remark, no hateful criticism, no nitpicking, no petty comments about the background, her eyes, or other facial features. For Mina, who had grown accustomed to the harsh realities of online comments, it was a shocking feeling. On her previous covers and early original snippets, at least 10% of the comments had been people hating on her and criticizing her every move. If she paused or said, she would inevitably get a negative remark. People would scrutinize every last chord progression or lyric, finding fault where there was none. This constant negativity had built up a thick skin around her, but also a sense of resignation that this was just how online life was. People probably wouldn't say those things to her in person, but they felt like they could get away with anything. It was the price of doing something productive, she figured. Now with Parallel Line, it was a refreshing, almost disorienting breath of fresh air to have only support. She didn't quite know how to deal with it. She had gotten so accustomed to bracing herself for impact. It made her reflect on her earlier experiences. She learned that if you stay anonymous, no one will hate on you or even give you the time of day. But the moment you create something, the moment you put yourself out there, you attract people who, for whatever reason, can't pursue their own dreams. So they compensate for it by tearing others down, using the shield of anonymity to project their own insecurities. This song, however, seemed to transcend that negativity. One afternoon, as Mina was packing up her books, Tiffany approached her, looking uncharacteristically nervous and embarrassed. "Hey Mina," she mumbled, fidgeting with the strap of her backpack. Can I talk to you for a second?" Mina looked at her, surprised. Tiffany usually only spoke to her to complain about something. "Sure," Mina said, a little reluctant. "So your song, Parallel Line." Tiffany started, her voice barely a whisper. "It's really good. Like really, really good, Mina. Like I am OMG shocked." She took a deep breath. "And I just wanted to apologize. I wrote some of those mean comments on your old videos, though not about your eyes, so we are clear on that. I thought that was racist. I did it from an anonymous account. I was just jealous, I guess. You're so good and it made me feel bad about myself. It was stupid. I'm really sorry." Mina stared, speechless for a moment. Tiffany admitting to anonymous trolling? It was the last thing she expected, especially after the mercy both her and Chloe had shown her just last year. "Oh," Mina managed, the surprise still evident in her voice. "Wow. Thanks, Tiffany. I appreciate you saying that. It takes a lot of courage to admit to something like that." Just then Anna walked up, looking equally contrite. "Me too, Mina," Anna said, her gaze fixed on her shoes. "I also left some of those comments. I thought it was funny at the time, but after hearing Parallel Line and seeing how much courage it took to put that out there, I feel like a total jerk. I'm really sorry for being so mean." She paused, then added, "It's like the anonymity gives you an invisibility shield and it feels powerful in some ways. But then you realize that pulling people down also pulls you down. You start to lack respect for yourself. We saw the way you always try to lift people up and we want to be a part of that too. Thank you for always being so positive. It really makes a difference." Mina looked from Tiffany to Anna, a slow, understanding smile spreading across her face. She truly forgave them, not just with words but with genuine empathy. "I really do forgive you both," Mina said softly. "But I guess I'm just curious. Why did it feel fun to do that?" Tiffany shrugged, her gaze distant. "I don't know. It just kind of feels exciting, I guess. The anonymity gives you an invisibility cloak or spell and makes you feel invisible or like a superpower. Like a wizard or witch or something. It can make you feel important in some ways. Like you can say anything without consequences. I know. It's stupid and doesn't make sense." Anna nodded. "Yeah, that's it. You feel like you're above it all, untouchable. But then, like I said, you realize that pulling people down also pulls you down. You start to lack respect for yourself. It's like you become the very thing you hate. But seeing your song, Mina, and just seeing the way you never say bad things, you are the last person who deserves that." Mina felt a warmth spread through her. It was an unexpected apology, a true breath of fresh air from the usual online toxicity. It solidified her new realization. That vulnerability could sometimes disarm even the harshest critics. These weren't just views and likes. They were real connections transforming detractors into supporters, and in some cases, even leading to genuine apologies. It was a testament to the power of her song and the bravery it took to share it. Later that day, Mina saw Raven by the bike racks, alone. She approached her, a hesitant question forming in her mind. "Hey Raven," Mina said, her voice soft. "Can I ask you something?" Raven looked up, her expression unreadable. "You just did. You have another question I can help you with?" They both chuckled. "Did you ever leave any of those mean comments on my videos?" Mina asked, her voice barely a whisper. She braced herself for Raven's usual cynical dismissal. Raven actually snorted, a dry, humorless sound that almost sounded offended at the thought. "Me? Troll you from some anonymous account? No, that ain't my style. If I am going to leave you a bad comment, you are going to know it was from me. Anonymous? There's no dignity in that. That's like cheating to win. What's the point if you can't see their face when they read it?" He shrugged. "Plus, I liked seeing people's responses to mean things anyway. Doing it over an anonymous account wouldn't give that to me. It's like, what's the fun in throwing a snowball if you can't see them flinch or their face on impact? If you are going to be hurtful and mean, at least have the common courtesy and decency to do it to their face. That's my personal philosophy." Mina stared at her with a blank expression for a few seconds, a small, ironic chuckle escaping her. The sheer level of self-justification, the almost comical blindness Raven had to her own cruelty, was astounding. It was amusing, however. At least Raven always had the courage to say what she felt, unlike Mina or the other trolls who did so anonymously. For better or for worse, she had to give Raven her due respect. "Yeah," Mina said, shaking her head slightly, "I guess it is pretty stupid when you put it like that. It doesn't matter though. Those days are gone." She looked at Raven, a flicker of genuine empathy in her eyes. "You don't have someone pulling you down on a daily basis anymore, do you?" Raven's tough facade cracked for a fleeting moment, a raw vulnerability showing through. She looked away, picking at a loose thread on her sleeve. "No," she mumbled, her voice almost inaudible. "No, I don't. But that's when you realize that you do something because you want to do it and because it makes you happy and not because you have someone else to scapegoat. I guess when you start to find more creative ways to express yourself, those things seem not as interesting. I guess. I don't really know how to tell you the truth. I'm still trying to work through it." The admission hung in the air, a silent acknowledgement of the pain that had fueled her past actions, but also a true hope that she had really started to outgrow her need to pull others down.